What's up guys, it's Matt from TDM Style here, and welcome to my bar, and welcome to a brand new segment on this channel that I'm calling Product Revisit. So with today's ever-evolving market of men's hair care products and being someone who reviews them, as you can imagine, I try out loads and loads of products. Now, I've been fortunate enough to like most of the products that I've reviewed, but as I try more and more, obviously some of the ones that I've tried in the past and maybe really loved back then, maybe I don't really like them so much anymore. So I thought it would be fun to bring you guys a new segment where we just kind of look at some of the products that I've reviewed in the past, and we'll just have a little bit of a chat about whether or not I still like them, whether or not I still actually use them, and why. I definitely wanted to keep this segment very casual and laid back, so hence the change of location. I mean, nothing is scripted, we're just kind of having a chat here, so feel free to grab yourself a nice cocktail or coffee or whatever beverage you might fancy, kick back, and let's start off today by talking about BluMaan products. So as you can see here, I've got their hybrid cream clay and the Cavalier heavy clay. Now, the first BluMaan product that I actually reviewed was their original smooth, this styling Meraki, and as you can probably tell by its absence here, the answer to the question of do I still use it is no. However, with that being said, I think the styling Meraki was actually the one that I used the most of these three. And I've actually given what I had left of mine to a friend who was looking to try some new hair products, and I thought that would be a good match for what he was looking for. Now, do I still like the styling Meraki? Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, it's definitely good at what it's designed to do, in that I think it's really meant more as a pre-styler than a post-styler, although you could use it for either. But I do think it does a good job of adding a pretty good amount of hold, some nice volume, and it has a matte finish, especially when you blow dry it into place. But with that being said, it is also quite sticky, and having a coarser, thicker hair type, sticky products are something that I tend to try to stay away from. Even if I am just pre-styling and putting them into damp hair, I tend to have more success using smoothing agents like 25 spray or some kind of anti-frizz serum or something like that, where I'll forego that little bit of extra hold and volume and instead take some extra smoothing so that my post-styling product is easier to apply. Alright, so let's jump around a little bit. So we started with the very first one that I ever reviewed. Now let's go to the most recent one that I reviewed, which is their hybrid cream clay. So I think in terms of versatility, this is probably next in line, next to the Meraki. It is, it's a very light clay product, so you could probably use it as a fairly effective pre-styler, and since it isn't very sticky at all, I definitely would prefer this over the Meraki in general. But with that being said, do I still use hybrid cream clay? No. To be honest, it's fine. I know I was pretty stoked on it when I first reviewed it, and I mean, it's not a bad product. It is what it is. It's a light, creamy clay that as you layer it in, you can build a fair amount of hold. It's not anything crazy, and for some, the hold is definitely probably too much on the light side. And as a post-styling clay type product, there are just several that I've used since this one that just work better for me, and I just like them better. I mean, if I'm going for a kind of lighter textured hold, like something that I could achieve with this, these days, I would prefer to use either like Baxter's Clay Effect styling spray, or like today I've used Talc by the Salon Guy, a kind of texture clay-based powder. So do I still like hybrid? Yeah, I mean, again, it's okay. It's certainly not my favorite, especially in terms of clays. It's like not even close to my favorite these days, to be honest. But I do still think that it's a decent product. I think that it would work fairly well for a significant number of people. But when it comes down to light clays, this is okay, but it's definitely not my favorite at this point. All right, and last but not least, we have the Cavalier heavy clay. Now, I think I would probably say that this is one of their most popular products, like original aside. Obviously this one didn't come out for quite some time after original had already been around, but I think This one is pretty widely used. I know a lot of people still really love it. Do I still like it? Not really. And again, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad product. I just think that there are several clays out there that just do a better job. I mean, the thing is, you know, this is a heavy clay. It's designed for people with thick hair that need a heavier hold, and it's supposed to provide like a ton of texture, which it does, and a very high hold. Now, while it does those things, for me, it's too damn heavy. And I mean, in my hair, it's thick, so like it should be able to withstand this, but by the end of the day, I mean, regardless of the amount that I use, even if I use the tiniest scoop, by the end of the day, my hair has like kind of deflated, it loses volume, and my biggest gripe is just the oiliness of it. Like it's fine at the beginning and throughout most of the day, but by the end of the day, my hair just feels super oily, and that just translates into needing to have a wash. And, you know, where I like to try to avoid shampooing my hair every day. And if I'm using a product like this, it's just too oily, and it just makes me need to shampoo my hair more. So again, you know, I think for some people, they will still get a lot of use out of this. Some of you guys are probably going to roast me because when I first reviewed this, I was like, oh man, this stuff is great. And at the time, I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. But once again, since that point, I've used so many other products, and there are so many other clays that I've used that give me a similar result in terms of hold and texture, but they don't give me that same oiliness and heaviness that Cavalier does. Alright guys, so when it comes down to the more kind of general spectrum of these questions, do I still use BluMaan products? No. They basically have been retired to I have like a plastic bin just full of hair products. And, you know, at this point, these guys have been retired to that bin. I've given away several products, not all BluMaan ones, of course, several other brands as well. But, I mean, you know, just with the number of products that I review, there's too many for me to keep using them all the time. But like I said, as things go on and I try more and more products, it's inevitable that I'm going to find ones that replace things that I used to really love. So that's just what happened here. Alright guys, so that about wraps things up for this first episode of Product Revisit. So please do let me know in the comments, did you like this segment? If you did, what other products would you like to see next? I mean, we've got a ton that I've reviewed, and a lot of the very popular ones are, of course, up there for possibilities, like Hans de Foucault and others. So let me know what you think. Do you like this segment? Do you hate it? Do you want me to continue doing it? You know, I'd really like to hear your thoughts. I really enjoyed doing this. I think it was just something different and something refreshing for the channel. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do hit that button to keep up to date with all the upcoming content I have. And as always, thank you guys so much for coming by and watching, and we'll see you at the next one.